I'm addicted. Guys, I am not gonna lie to you. Etheria Restart has me by the balls. It has me hooked, gamers. And honestly, I do feel as though this game is probably better than HSR right now. I know, you guys might get mad at me for saying that, but god damn, this game is so good! I have not been this addicted to a gacha game, genuinely, since HSR came out. When HSR came out, I was this addicted to a game. When Cookie Run Kingdom came out, I was this addicted to a game. When 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross came out, I was this addicted to a game. When Dokkan Battle came out, I was this addicted to a game. And for me, those are all games that I played for a long time, so I can see myself playing this game for a long time. But anyways, guys, let's get into the video today, talk about all the pros and cons, my current thoughts on the game. This will probably be a longer video because I want to go over my full thoughts right now. I'll probably miss a few things, but you know that I'm fucking copium as fuck. Anyways, guys, let's hop into it now. And kind of what I want to start off with first is the reason why I like it so much is I think it's the grind aspect and the difficulty of the game. Like, as you can see right here, guys, we can just return to battle. First of all, really good feature that I like right here. You can actually set yourself in a continuous battle and get off the battle, right? So take HSR, for example. In HSR, you can do an auto battle feature, right, where you can just go through all the stages. It has the same exact thing here, but with this, you can actually leave the battle and leave it running in the background. And what you can do when this is in the battle and in the background, right, you can go off and do other things. So you can't auto run more than one thing at once. So we're auto running Doki Doki Hell 3 right now, but you can go in, say I wanted to grind out some Animus XP, we could do that as well, but then you would be doing that manually. Or if you want to do any of the other events in the game, say you want to run this event right here and do it, you can do that. Say you want to go through these echoes right here, you can do that as well. Say you want to go through Ember Trap, like you can do anything else in the game while this is running, so you can literally have stuff grinding in the background. And we lost there, that's why I say it's hard. You can literally have stuff grinding in the background while you're playing this game. There is a huge grind mechanic, and when I say this game's hard, I mean it's hard as fuck, guys. Honestly, it's a lot harder than any other gacha game I've played, and I think this battle right here kind of shows what I mean by this. We've already lost this battle here. What I want to do here is actually hop into a battle. As you can see, most of this stuff is like 1-star and 2-star because this shit is fucking rough out here, okay? So we're just gonna go ahead, and I can't even beat Hell 4. There's no sense of me even hopping into it because I can barely beat Hell 3 right now. So let's just go ahead and hop into it. I'm just going to do a normal challenge here, guys. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about and the challenge I mean of this game. Now, I don't have the best team set up for Doki Doki. And honestly, most bosses I don't have the team set up for, but all my characters are built. They have pretty close to max, like these relic things you put on your characters or the equipment you put on your characters. Some don't. But overall, guys, my characters are pretty built, and this is hard. Like, the amount of, like, a DPS check you have here is unreal. Your build for your characters is so unreal. Like, genuinely, guys, very grind heavy. So if you do like grind heavy games and like grinding on games a lot, this is the game for you, because on top of not only being able to auto battle and do stuff outside of it, you get so many free stamina refreshes a day. It's honestly really nice, and the stamina refresh cost is not that bad. I do use gems to stamina refresh some, but ultimately I do get about 3 to 4 of these a day if I'm just doing everything in the game, and it gives you a pretty nice progressive system on top of that. If you go to something like the Hyperlink Charger here, it gives you basically a way to grind every single mode in the game, whether that be grinding your shells, which are your little guys right here, which is, I would consider like what your light cone would be, but it's these little characters, these little guys here, because there's no weapon system in the game. You're literally pulling for characters, and that is really it. So farming these out, you have a full set of challenges just for these. You have a full set of challenges for her as well, and the first Animus Fate and second Animus Fate is literally just basically building your characters, right, and you're getting rewards for that. Then you have Arena Trials, which is giving you challenges for your arena or your PvP mode. Then you have the module modification. This is upgrading your modules and stuff like that. And then you have the Commission Chronicles, which is literally just like progressing your account forward, beating these echoes, literally kind of like just a straightforward path of completing your characters. Then of course you have your events as well. Spend event, I've spent some on the game already. You have the evil twins here. A lot of the characters have skins as well, which is really nice. Now I don't necessarily know that I like some of these skins. Like, some of these skins look badass, but most of them are just like reskins or recolors of skins. I kind of wish they did more with skins, but they do give you free SSRs all over the place. They give you a lot of free summons as well. Currently I'm saving up right now, and while we're on the topic of summon, guys, this is yet another pro with this game. The summon system itself, everything, there's no 50-50 in this game at all. 0 50-50. So if I wanted to bull on Hoyan or Holden right now, you can check the probability, and as you can see, he is the only character in the SSR pool. Now, obviously, there are going to be like an increased drop rate for 3 of your SR characters, which are actually really good in the game, and I'll get into building characters in a second here, because I do have a gripe with building the SSR characters, but we'll save that for the con section later in the video. Overall, though, you get a ton of free summons. You have a 100% pull rate on these characters, so if you're going for a character, you're guaranteed to get them. But before I hop into like the characters and stuff like that, because I do have some cons with the characters themselves, and also their motto of this game's not pay to win. I disagree with that. Now it's less pay to win than other games, I think, but still pay to win in my opinion. But I'm just gonna go ahead and hop into the final pro here, guys. There's a lot of content to do in the game. Like off rip, there's so much content. Obviously, you have your shell drops, which is like your light cones. You have your module drops, which is like your equipment. You have XP, and then prowess material, which is like your skills and stuff like that. Then you come down here, you have a full mode here you have to clear. This is basically going like little side stories or whatever, but you get rewards for each and every one of these. So you have that to do, and it gets progressively harder each time you go through it. Then you have something you can do every day, which is Phantom Theater, which I have not done today, but you could team up with friends to do this mode and defeat it, or you can pair up with someone else online. Then you have Ember Trek here as well, which is kind of like a floor-based mode where you go through multiple floors, and then you get rewards based off of beating this stuff. I haven't really done too much of this. I need to do some more of this, but honestly, so much content in the game that it's hard to get around to all of it, if I'm being really honest with you. Ethernet Rally, this is an event right here. You do have to be level 40 for this event, which I think is kind of ass, and they should lower this down, considering how new the game is. It takes a while to get to level 40, guys. This is me putting in, like, probably 6 hours a day on this game, like, refreshing and just going through it. But that's not even everything here, guys, because you also have your union, which is your guild, so you have guild bosses as well, so you can help your guild take down guild bosses and stuff like that. Then you also have PvP, and not to mention 3 types of PvP. Honestly, guys, this takes too much time out of my day right here. So this is basically a pick system right here, not necessarily a ban system. Basically, each person can select the characters they want for their team, and if one team uses that character, then the other team cannot use that character. So this kind of forces you into building a lot of characters. And then you have this one right here, which is a standard PvP system where it's kind of just all auto battle and stuff like that. You have your defenses, you have your attacks, and then you go from there. Let's check my battle report, probably in the dirt, actually. Attack victory, defense victory. Okay, well, defense failed a lot. Okay. Anyways, that's all that I have to say for the pros now. There's probably some pros that I'm missing out on, but that's the things I can think off the top of my head that make this game really good for me and why I like the game so much. Let's go ahead now and talk about... Oh, wait. I forgot one thing. Imagine this, guys. Imagine HSR having this. Preset loadout? Oh my god. HSR could never have this. Anyways, guys, let's go on to the cons now for real. And I'm going to start off, like I mentioned before, guys, the characters themselves. I think the characters are probably the biggest con in this game. And hopping into my main gripe with the characters, first of all, guys, is literally this system right here. Actually, not this system. Let me go back to it. The skill system, if I can actually get to it here. The skill system, insane. This actually makes your SR characters really, really viable, and you should definitely be investing into your SR characters. Because the way you level these up and get their skills up, you need these little evolution lattices right here, which are a lot easier to get for the SR characters than for these characters right here, your SSR characters, which I have his AoE skill maxed out completely, but you need an SSR lattice for every single time you do it, and I don't think I've gotten really much of these. I think I've gotten, what? Let's see here. Let's see a little count of how much I've gotten up to the time I played right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so we've gotten 8 in my almost 2 weeks of playing. I've only gotten 8, so I can't even max out a full character here. Now for the SR characters, they're a lot easier to get. But still, like, you definitely want to be investing into your SR characters as much as you're investing into these SSR characters, because truthfully and honestly, I got into the situation where I thought it would be easy to build these SSR characters, and I had all of them built up, but I couldn't level up all of their skills, so I was just getting dumpstered by everything in the game because I couldn't level up their skills and get extra damage. And what really helped me out was leveling up some of these SR skills, so I definitely would recommend you do that. And I do think this is one big gripe with the game that I have. I really wish there was more ways to get SSR lattices or the SSR cubes to level up your skills. That's one big gripe of mine. Now, another thing they said, well, oh gosh, there's not going to be any pay-to-win aspects in this game. There's still pay-to-win. There is a constellation system, which automatically means there's pay-to-win, guys. Like, sure, these things don't give you anything extra in terms of, like, extra abilities for the characters, right? But they do give buffs. Look, attack, defense, HP % up. Crit rate up. Attack, HP, defense % up. Oh, crit damage up. Oh, and then increase damage dealt by an additional 10% and reduce damage taken by an additional 10%. That's huge. And the reason I say that is because this is a PvP-based game, both in terms of like a leaderboard system and an online PvP system with other people online facing their teams. Literally 1 to 2% can make the difference between whether you lose a battle or win a battle. I know this from experience of my time playing Cookie Run Kingdom. It matters. If you didn't have your labs up in Cookie Run Kingdom, if you know what I'm talking about, and you're like in-game, like if you were top 100 in that game, like you needed to have everything pretty spot on and within a couple % of other people's teams, obviously if you didn't have direct counters to their teams, right? So there is definitely, I don't know why the whole aspect of like, oh guys, there's not going to be that in the game. That's copium and down bad. Also on top of that as well, something that kind of pisses me off too, like they give so little of these like perfect lattices out. Then when you go to the shop here, guys, like literally just going over here to the shop, you can see in the shop here, oh, level 35 pack, an extra lattice here, right? So this is just lattice that you wouldn't have access to without buying this set, right? Oh, crit rate, crit damage. So you get free gear main sets for buying $40 here. Literally just helping your account and progressing your account by so much by buying these additional packs here. Also, this weekly trade and thing here, look, this is extra free gear. This is extra free characters or extra free dupes for characters there. Oh, an extra free lattice there. This is a free ascension. These are also really hard to get. That's another gripe I have with the characters. Really, my main gripe with this game is the characters themselves. Like, getting these characters, like, leveled up, bro, it is fucking rough out here. And then you have skins as well, which I don't know why the fuck you'd buy a skin for the MC. You barely see this motherfucker. Like, if we go to the events here, for example, right? A lot of these events, you need different teams for, especially when you're doing your shell drops, which is basically like your light cones or weapons, right? Boys, you need very specific teams for each one of these bosses because you will get dumpstered if you don't have it. Like, if we look at Doki Doki, for example, right, the clear team for her is much different than the clear team for Teramaton is, and also the clear team for Aura is. Every one of these characters have completely different mechanics that you need different characters on the team to really prevail. Like, for example, Doki Doki, right? You need to build this character up right here, or you need to build this bitch, right, Kazo the Reverie right here, because she gives a full team-wide CC, which prevents the enemies from getting buffs up. Like, it takes their buffs away whenever they get CC'd, or that's how I think it works. Anyways, you need to build her up, but she's pretty dog shit for everything else. So you're just building her up, maxing out her CC potential here so she can keep taking buffs away from enemies. So you have a chance to win that battle. Whereas this bitch is completely dog shit in Teramaton and also Aura as well. Whereas on this one, you will want a lot more single target DPS and stuff like this. With Aura, you need a different team as well. Like, each one of these bosses, you need different team members to actually get this. But those are really the main gripes that I have. Now, I know there's other gripes that people are having issues with the game, especially the nerfing of characters. Well, not necessarily nerfing the characters themselves, but adding buffs to bosses that are currently in the game that do indirectly give a debuff to the character themselves. Like, I'm not here to really touch on that too much. I don't think it's a good thing, for sure. Like, especially when you've come up with a strategy and put so much investment into these characters that are already really hard to build in the first place, in my opinion. It's really bad whenever you start adding these things to these bosses and mechanics that are already in the game, when people figure out strategies for these bosses and build up their whole teams for them and spend a lot of time and resources and ability of these teams. You're like, oh, that does not fucking work anymore for the same boss you just did. I don't like that, and I don't think it's a good path to go down. So I think Etheria Restart is the #1 de facto best gacha game in the world. No, honestly I don't. I think it has problems. Do I think it's better than HSR? From a gameplay perspective, I think it is. I do think there's a lot more depth to the combat than there is in Honkai Star Rail. I think the debuffs, buffs, everything like that, just the combat in general, has a lot more depth to it. The game's a lot more challenging as well. So if you're not looking for something like more challenging than HSR, probably wouldn't play this game, but there is definitely a challenge to this game. Now, I obviously haven't gotten to the in-game yet because I'm still level 42, but I really want to make it to the in-game. I can see what the in-game's like and how it holds up after the in-game, because I still have yet to beat a lot of the modes here, right? If I go to Doki Doki, right, like I've beaten up to Hell 4. I can't beat Hell 4 yet. Obviously, I had to hit stay at 50 before I can even do Inferno here to start getting the best gear in the game. And then really from there is just going to be PvP and stuff like that and grinding up for best relic sets. But I'm curious to see the future events they add to the game and stuff like that. Now I'll talk to you guys about two things. One, should you start playing Etheria Restart? And two, am I going to make content on this game? #1 on that, guys. I think it's a good game to try out, especially if you like something like Honkai Star Rail. I think this could be a pretty fun game for you. It can autoplay. You can just let it mindlessly go in the background, whereas you can't really do that as much with HSR because it doesn't have the background feature like this one currently has. You can get a lot more content done in this game, and I really do think that Honkai Star Rail should take note of some things that this game does, because it does it really good, especially like the autoplay system where we're able to do other things. Imagine in HSR if you were able to do autoplay and then go do an event as well. Fucking massive. It would save so much time in the game. It's unreal. Also, the increased stamina they give you. They give you free stamina every day to keep grinding and keep grinding and keep grinding. I personally like that a lot. Give me free stamina. That also means the free stamina you get, you can save up the stamina for more double events. So you can utilize your time better when double events come out by running these events in the background. And then when you're running the events in the background, you just have all this extra free stamina to use, which you don't really get that in HSR as well. So I really do think you should give this game a shot if you haven't already. I think it's a great game, genuinely. I think there's some problems with it for sure. I wouldn't say it's the perfect game. I like the animations are not that good in my opinion. Like the overall design of characters are not that good in my opinion for most of the characters. but still a good game nonetheless. Now, will I be making content in this game? Probably not. If this video does really well for whatever reason, you guys want to see content, then I will, but I probably won't make content on it. I've been just enjoying this game by myself playing it. This has actually kind of got me back into gacha games. I've been like, you know, playing HSR like once or twice a week, playing ZZZ once or twice a week, but I have been grinding the fuck out of this game. So let me know if you're going to play the game after watching my video today, and that's going to do it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Later. Bye-bye.